Join us as we embark on a journey where we're breaking boundaries, setting new rules. We're making a difference, developing young people. We're the billionaire generation, connecting Africa, promoting entrepreneurship. It's inspiring positive change. We're kicking doors.
You were saying so. I'm telling you. And I looked at him, I was like, you're not an entrepreneur, you won't understand us. Africa, good evening once again to Kicking Doors with Smulo. My name is Musiso Lop, and I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a social entrepreneur. I do a lot of work out there to give, and I also come up with a business model that benefits the people while I make money out of it. What type of an entrepreneur are you? There's a lot of young people out there who would like to become entrepreneurs, or there's a lot of business people who would like to help communities on this African continent. How are we moving this wonderful continent called Africa? How are we creating jobs? Now, a lot of people are saying social entrepreneurship is the answer. People are saying entrepreneurship is the answer because if you can create more entrepreneurs or smaller business people, then those people get to employ other people. What type of a person are you? You looking for a job or you want to create jobs for other people? Either way, as long as you are moving, because our show is about kicking those doors. We'd like for you guys as well to participate in social media. Socially. It's CNBC Africa. Yes, follow us on CNBC Africa. The hashtag is Kicking Doors 410. You're also more than welcome to follow me as well. Twitter is @DJ Smooth. Let's kick down those doors. Dr. Richie, may you please unlock our minds?
Thank you so much. One of the greatest things I discovered in my life that changed everything about me was when I discovered that whatever I argue for is what I will keep. What you argue for is what you keep. When you argue for limitation, you will keep limitation. When you argue for success, you will keep success. Whatever you argue for is what you are going to keep. Think and grow poor. Think and grow rich. Think and be envious. It's in your thinking. I'm going to give you about 5 things, maybe 5 things. It's going to help you that if you want to shift things or create results, you are going to use them. The first deal, it means that if you want to change your result in life, you must be disgusted with where you are. If there is no disgust is, I'm tired, I can't take it anymore, I got to get out of this, I will not accept this standard again for my life, for my family, for my relationship. I busted, I'm not going to do it again. That's the first D. The second D is what? D. The second D is desire. When you are disgusted, you got to have a desire. What is my desire? To change what I am going through. Because if you are disgusted without a desire, it will lead to frustration. The next D is determination. You got to be determined. You got to pay the price. You got to have the percacity, the sagacity. You got to be able to say that when everybody has given up, I ain't given up at all. The next one is trigger. Trigger is when is the time? When is the right time for me to do this? Because you must know timing. Timing is wisdom. The last one is A. What action should I take? What are the corresponding actions that will help me to achieve my result? So let me bring it down for you. Number 1, I got to be disgusted with where I am. Number 2, I got to have a desire to change my condition. Number 3, I've got to be determined to do something about it. Number 4, I've got to know the time and the trigger. What is it that will tell me this is the time and the season? And number 5, I got to take the action necessary. It doesn't matter what you say. It doesn't matter what you quote. It doesn't even matter how you say it. If you do not take corresponding action, nothing is going to work. Question. What are you arguing for that is not moving your life forward? You argue for your limitation, you're going to have a problem with it. You think that you cannot do it, it is what you argue for. And when you argue for it, trust me, your subconsciousness is going to look for solution to tell you why you cannot do it. How do I know? Your brain is not plastic. It's not an iron. Your brain is plastic because it can change. So whatever you tell your brain is what your brain is going to do. What is stored in your subconsciousness is what will direct your life.
I would like to know, what have been some of your failures and what have you learned from them?
My greatest failure was thinking that I'm not good enough because somebody told me I couldn't do it. My greatest success was when my mother told me, go back, you can make it happen. and I listened to my mother. Surround yourself with the right people. They're going to help you. Listening to parents, listening to mentors, having a coach. It took me a long time, and I paid through my nose to be better than I used to be. That is success.
Like when you worked in here, you worked in with power, and I'm about to start doing motivational speaking, and somehow I think in a large crowd, don't you feel fear? I want you to tell me, how do you handle like a large crowd? Aren't you sometimes fear of the crowd? Don't you feel nervous? I just want you to tell me how you feel when you're about to work in a crowd.
Two things, because I train people in public speaking. Number one, I'm scared if I don't know what I'm about to say. But what is it that gives me the energy? Nobody walked in there to see me fail. They all walked in there to hear what I have to say. With that at the back of my mind, I will shoot it to the sky.
Wow. Thank you, Dr. Richie, for kickstarting that disruptive way of thinking. Someone who's already been thinking outside of the box or thinking outside of conventions is Hookup Dinner founder, Lebo Molefe. Done a lot of work with him, admire this brother, putting entrepreneurs together, bringing them together, and just benefiting young people out there in an amazing way. He created a platform in which aspiring entrepreneurs can rub shoulders with prospective investors who can help them grow their businesses. Take a look.
Information is everything, and most entrepreneurs don't have the right information. And this is where we're trying to do it right. We're trying to get in people that know something, that have walked the journey, to come and share it with entrepreneurs within our community. But we're also trying to get entrepreneurs through this community to share it with each other. So we are about connecting, engaging, and contributing to each other's success. And the only way that can happen is you happen to know something that I don't, and I happen to know something that you don't. And that's how we grow this pie. And we couldn't get into the big boys club. Networking is an issue. We couldn't get to the golf courses, it was too expensive. And I was tired of going to networking functions and meeting one or two people all the time. So I decided to create something that was relevant to me. And it just happened that other people could relate to it. And word spread around, and the rest was magic. Entrepreneurs get together, they break bread. It is the hookup dinner. But more importantly, it's about sharing of ideas. So you get elevator pitch opportunities where you pitch in front of your peers, and your peers review your pitch, and they give you critical feedback, but feedback that builds you. So it's about contributing to the idea versus breaking it down like a dragon session, for instance. It really is about building up the entrepreneur to do something better. It's essentially to create opportunities for entrepreneurs like myself, to get access to supply chain opportunities within the corporate sector, to be able to get access to developmental opportunities like enterprise development, for instance, and as well as work. I mean, it's hard getting access to markets, so this becomes an easy access. I think it's an idea whose time has come. Just looking at the way that we've grown since 2012, this is our third year, and the type of corporates that we've partnered with, the likes of Standard Bank, SAB Kickstart.
When we invest in programs like this, what we are saying is we want to partner in solving some of the problems that are facing our communities. We want to partner with government in solving some of the issues that it is faced with. So it is important for us to invest in entrepreneurship, because entrepreneurship, that's where the answer to many of the problems that we face lie.
It's not about you being an entrepreneur or starting a business. It's about choice. If you're educated, you've got better choices, because you can decide that I actually want to work for myself, create work, or I want to get within a corporate sector and do something. The beautiful thing here is you can be in corporate and you can be an entrepreneur. It means you can start something within your division. It's about thinking differently, and that is the critical element. If you're not educated, you're at the bottom of the pyramid. We've had guys like Skinny Spoo. He came in at 5 months when we met him. It was during Global Entrepreneurship Week in 2013. And we exposed him to platforms like China TV, CNN, and all sorts. And today, he's the mega star that he is because he got elevated on a platform that cares about entrepreneurs. Richard Branson says, do good, have fun, and the money will come. That is critical. And another gentleman, Bonang Mohale, chairman of Shell in South Africa, he says you must produce embarrassingly good results. And if you think about that, entrepreneurship is about excellence. If you're solving problems, real problems in Africa, you will make money.
If you're a young person, you're up and coming, you need some exposure, be sure to go to a dinner. They happen on the first week of every month. Now they say inspiration is like taking a bath. You know, you need to take one every day, so just to keep recharged all the time. Who's cleansing us of our complacency tonight? Check this out.
I love public speaking because you know what, there's always purpose in a message. So I make sure that I revise and I research on content that could empower young people and also entrepreneurs. My biggest and greatest advice to entrepreneurs would be, you know what, don't allow or let anybody to affirm you, because when you listen to external affirmation to define who you are, it's much difficult to head to where you're going. And the easier way is the longest way. So make sure that you learn the basics, channel the basics, which is diligence for me. Decision making is very important as an entrepreneur. Also, being original, understand your product. You know, there are a lot of tools that you could use. The first thing would be understand the subject, master the subject, test the subject, appoint a mentor for that particular subject. And then the fifth one is repeat. Always repeat the process so that you can ensure that you are an expert in it. And lastly, I would say that, you know, be careful who you trust, because being the best is great, you're number one, but being unique is greater because you're the only one. And we have a lot of copies, we have a lot of products that are taken from a particular patency. So it's very important that you don't become generic, but you become original so that people can feed off your anointing, people can feed off your gift. The easy way is the longest way.
We have more kicking doors after the ad break. Do not move. Walk.
Join us as we embark on a journey where we're breaking boundaries, setting new rules. We're making a difference, developing young people. We're the billionaire generation, connecting Africa, promoting entrepreneurship. It's inspiring positive change. We're kicking doors.